I am Tormazimnus, and I am here with a bunch of my fellow RT nerds. We are currently waiting for the start of the Ruby panel. As of the time of this part of the stream, we have about 40 minutes to go, so it's going to be a while. But I just wanted to give you guys a quick little update on what's been going on, partly in regards to the lack of the schedule upload that I said I would do. And the thing with that is, I don't know if I mentioned this before or not, but I had a bunch of work for my day job that I had to take care of before flying over Wednesday, and I thought I'd be able to take care of everything that night when I got home on Tuesday night. I thought I'd be able to get that taken care of. Unfortunately, what happened was, shortly after I got home, other people got home, and then it's like, oh, now as part of the living room getting taken care of, reorganized, and getting rid of some of the stuff that isn't even needed anymore, we are going to start moving the internet cable stuff around. So my computer was completely without internet that night, and I was constantly busy helping with moving things around, helping with figuring out how to get the cables worked, and it was stressful. And by the time we were done, I basically only had time for packing, well, for finishing my packing, for everything except the stuff that I needed to pack in the morning when I got up at like 4:30, so that I'd have plenty of time for breakfast and my flight. And in addition to that, I still had no internet. So I didn't have internet. I didn't even have the time to do the stuff. If I had internet, I was sorely tempted to stay up until like midnight just to finish taking care of everything and getting everything done so I could get it uploaded and sent out to you guys. But unfortunately, that did not happen. So now, as a result, there was no video for the upload schedule. There isn't even going to be an episode of Ruby Chibi tomorrow or my reaction for it. Now I'm going to have to wait until I get back on Tuesday, which, if you guys decide you want to go see other people's reactions, hey, that's fine. I understand. There are several people who do that other than me. So, you know, but if you still want to see it, then I will upload it on Tuesday after I get back. I will definitely have time that day, and I will get it to you guys. So, yeah, and as for the schedule, again, I couldn't get that done. I was thinking of uploading a post of it since YouTube has this super chat function, but that's only for people who have 1,000 or more subscribers, which I do not. I'm still at 700 something. I think slightly below 750. So what I'm going to do is I am going to write down some of the things that I'm going to go to if I have the time to do that tonight, so that I can do another live stream and at least show you something that says, hey, this is what I'm going to. I still don't know how to turn off the flipped image thing that YouTube does. I don't know if it's even possible to turn it off. So, unfortunately, anything I write will be backward when you're looking at it, unless the mirror image is just me. I don't know. This is my left hand. I know that you see it as my left hand on your end, but what you're seeing as like left hand should be like my right hand. And actually, yeah, that's right, because it's on, I don't know. Directionality gets me confused sometimes. Anywho, why don't we say hi to some of the nice people here? Hey, would you like to say hi to the people on the live stream? No? Okay. How about you guys? Want to say hi? So, how would you say things are for your RTX experience thus far? Yeah, it can be a bit stressful going to really any convention if you don't know what you're doing. So, you know, that's kind of a thing. Hey, we're all in the picture now.
I was looking for
Oh yeah, I go to conventions all the time. There's actually 2 local conventions that I like going to. One is called Youmacon. It's an anime convention, and the other is Midwest Media Expo, which is done by the same people that do Youmacon. Unfortunately, there were some issues with the Midwest Media Expo last year because of the hotel it was at switching hands, and the people who came into the hotel decided to be some kind of way. So instead, we got this thing called NotCon, and that was cool for, a bit of last-minute con magic, as they phrased it. But unfortunately, they weren't able to find anything as local to, my area as in the past. Instead, they ended up in the state immediately south of where I am, and they had combined it with GlassCon. So, that was cool, but it was still happening. What sucked was, again, it wasn't exactly local to me, and I could have taken a Greyhound bus, which I totally would have if I had the money, but it was either immediately, I think it was actually immediately before this one, because it was only 1 week after the Youmacon cosplay picnic, which is also called Pikuniku-Con. So that would have been like, I want to say 2 weeks before RTX, which we are currently in. Let me tell you about what happened last time, okay? Last time, they had 2 metal detectors in the building in Exhibit Hall 2. In order to get into the dealer's room, it was a mess. Later on, they had 4 more, so there were 6. That made it a lot easier, but you still had to walk all the way around to there. Thankfully, because I was staying in the Residence Inn last year, and that's the same for this year, I had less of a problem with it than I would have if I was staying at the Hilton. But now they've got the security checkpoints, which you can only go in at specific locations. So that adds to my walk time a bit, where it's like, oh, I have to walk the block that way in order to get in. So it's not as bad as it could be, but it's still a little bit inconvenient. But hey, they've got those Lime scooters, and when I'm leaving from here to somewhere else now, I just get on one of those, I ride them around, and I don't end my ride until I get back, okay? I pause my ride, and I leave it parked wherever. The valet car area at the Marriott, I just park it on the Residence Inn wall side, like on the other side of the plane. I just put it right there, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna park this, and I'm going to head up for a bit. I don't say anything to anyone. I come back down, and it's still there, thankfully. They have this nice little feature where if you're not done using it, then when you pause it, it locks it, and you can still kind of move it around, but it is really difficult because it feels like the brakes are on, and they probably are. Yeah?
They would have been used their car to drive, so I had to walk 2 miles to get to the now I have a bus.
That sounds like it really sucks.
I wasn't able to come last year.
I also was almost unable to come last year due to money issues. Fortunately, I had enough points for my Marriott Rewards member program where I was able to use those to get most of the nights free of charge, except for like one of them, and that was from Sunday to Monday. So I was able to use the money that I charged for the room to essentially fund my trip. In addition to some very generous help from one of the guys on Murderverse Discord server. And if that guy sees this, you know who you are, shout outs to you. You are awesome. But yeah, he helped me out with like 200 or 300, I forget, something like that. And then after I got here, I kind of took a bit of a risk going through my money because my refund check hadn't come in yet, and I only had 300, and I knew that there was going to be like something hitting me when I got home. Actually, I remember now. It was the money that was needed for the room, and I decided, you know what, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to enjoy myself. I'm probably going to have my refund check on Monday, and that's going to take care of the hotel bill when that's processed, because I'll have the money Monday morning before I got to process that, and it worked out great, so thank goodness. During the Q&A, well, I wanted to ask about the thing I'm doing with Pre-Rwby Remix, because what I'm doing with that is I am taking episodes of Pre-Rwby, and it's basically a fan compilation, but it's in a way that tells a story. Either retelling a story with greater emphasis on it that you see in the series in a more concise way, or telling a new narrative from the pieces that are there. A couple examples of this are one of the more recent ones titled Hunting for Love. That's episode 8, and that focuses heavily on Blaken's why. So you can imagine some of how that goes. And then there's episode 1 titled Books Are Filth. I think we all know that that Blake's book that she reads in the series is secretly an erotic novel. Ninjas in Love, right? So I just played off of that super hard.
There are certain like plot holes in like a couple of series. Like, how did Ruby figure out Cinder's name when she never said it on one of them? Like,
how did she figure out Cinder's name? I honestly don't know.
Because she literally woke up from like a coma and said it was Cinder, and she never said her name through the entire fight or any interaction with her.
Are we talking Pre-Rwby or Ruby Canon?
Ruby Canon.
I don't know if other people have addressed that. If they haven't, I might look into it. If they have, I might still look into it, because that is actually a good question. That is a good question. Actually, that's something that should be asked during this. I can't switch my question to that because, you know, this is something in regards to my channel. So I need to know this because it will affect potentially how I handle things. But that question definitely should be asked.
Because I know whenever Ruby was at other conventions, I asked them like what were their inspirations for the monsters. One of the questions that was asked at previous panels was like, what was the information or lore that they used for their creation of the monsters, like the Grimm, and a lot of them was like European folklore, and there was a few Asian influences that they had from Monty's notes that was left over. You know,
Nice.
Most of it was European, like the knuckleweed.
Nice.
Direct. From what they said, it was a direct reference to one of the modified horses that they brought that couldn't die.
I'm assuming it would have been Death. Was it Death?
They never said it was like a modified version.
The Knuckleabi looked pretty deathy to me. All right, well, I don't know how much of this stream is actually making it into video because of how loud the music is at times. So I'm just going to cut it here. I will do my best to remember to do a post-Ruby panel live stream. And that may or may not involve some of the people who stay in my room as well. If they're around and they're cool with it, then yeah, we'll do it that way. If not, it'll just be me giving my thoughts and you know, talking about stuff in a way that doesn't spell out some of the stuff that I see here, because the Rooster Teeth team, they like having things. They like having things released when they're ready, not when other people start spouting off at the mouth. But yeah, post-Ruby panel talk. Really looking forward to that. So until then, I'm gonna go. Be sure to subscribe to me here for more videos, and subscribe to me on Twitter, because I am going to be posting things there, which I haven't been doing all day, and I feel really bad about it. So I'm going to get on that, and I'm going to be doing that for the rest of the convention. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video, and until next time, this is Tormuz Imnis, signing off. Stay frosty, my friends.